Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel again. I am Carl and we are back for another episode of Vacuum Exposition. And boy, do I have a cool one to show you today. Of course, you probably saw it in the thumbnail already, but just know that it is one that I have been wanting to bring to you guys for about 4 years probably. Even though I know we haven't been doing these videos for quite that long, this has been one that I have been wanting to document for such a long time, mostly because of how scarce they really are. So I am super excited. Of course, I did want to give a humongous thank you to all you guys out there that have purchased and checked out me and my wife's book, Victor the Vacuum. I will, of course, continue to add the link down below, but it is because of you guys that we have been able to really get a lot of those out there. A lot of people have bought the book, and well, he's in about 5 different countries right now. So I'm really excited about that one. Of course, this was kind of my pet project that I wanted to do with my wife. So I am so happy that so many of you guys checked it out. But I did want to mention that and just thank you guys who have checked it out. And for those that haven't checked it out yet, or maybe don't know what I'm talking about, me and my wife write children's books, of which I am the illustrator. So I draw all the pictures and she does all the writing. So we primarily sell through Amazon, but we are looking at some other avenues to try to get that sold through. But I have been plenty busy lately with a bunch of different vacuum stuff. I know I did a video on this a couple weeks ago, but I have been moving 2 big storage units into 1 really big storage unit. So I have been kind of going through everything, sorting through everything, figuring out what needs to stay in 1 unit, figuring out what needs to go in the other units, and it has been quite the chore. So I do apologize that it has been taking a toll on my time because I have definitely been busy running to and from the different units, trying to get things placed and displayed right. I kind of forgot about a lot of things that I have on display right now. So there is just so much to do right now, and I am just slammed. So I appreciate you guys' patience on me getting my videos out. I know it has been kind of delayed to at least 1 to 2 days after, and this one will probably be delayed again, just because like I had about 2 hours worth of homework as soon as I got home from work. So it has been quite the time lately. So thankfully, school is coming to an end in a couple weeks. So I'm hoping to kind of mitigate some things and get some stuff done. As it is, even tonight, I got to go back to my storage units and fill up another car that needs to go there, so that my wife can drop it off when she's on her way to work, because she works in the area of where the new one is. But we are going as hard as we can to get it all moved. I mean, it is a chore. I mean, my workbench, my sandblasting cabinet, there's a huge shelf, a bar, there's so much stuff. And then like most of the hoses are in that unit. So there's a lot of work to do, a lot of work still to be done. But when it's done, it'll be really cool. So, but without further ado, let's get on to our vacuum of exposition today and take a look at another really cool one. Well, everybody, we have got a special one to look at tonight. Now, for those that have been around the channel for quite a while, well, the machine at least should kind of look a little familiar. So what we're looking at basically is a 1974 Royal Model 401 Pony canister. But there is one factor that is included with this machine that is really rare. Now, I did a video on a 401 with the rare Manta Ray power nozzle. That was a Royal made power nozzle. Actually kind of looks like the upright. And when I show the ad in a little bit, you'll actually see that particular power nozzle. And I say that because I have yet to find the ad that has this one in it. Now, this is the very rare Airway made Rugmaster power nozzle that was designed by Airway but sold under the Royal name. Now, Airway did sell it under their name too, and I have one of those too in my collection. But this one was specifically for Royal and its affiliates. Now, I say its affiliates because there was Stark branded canisters that were mostly marketed and sold by Stark vacuum cleaners out of Portland and other associated stores. Then there was also Electro Hygiene labeled Rugmaster power nozzles, and those were, of course, with Electro Hygiene vacuum cleaners that were all under the Royal umbrella. So they were all the same machine, and they all had this option of a power nozzle. Now, this is the model 497. They also had the 597, which would have been the Manta Ray power nozzle that I just talked about. It was actually Royal's first power nozzle that they designed. Now, that one used an upright brush roll. So any of them, like out of the Royal 801 or anything like that, would have been the same brush roll as I was told. Took the same belts and stuff like that. This one, however, still took an airway brush roll. As well as belt and all that stuff. So there was a lot of crossover with this particular machine, but it actually made this thing such a superpower. The Rugmaster power nozzles were some of the best power nozzles that were out during this time frame, and this time frame meaning 1974. This was the earliest power nozzle that you could have gotten with a Royal vacuum cleaner. They offered this not only on the 401, but they also offered it on a canister. I believe it was the 501. So I'm not 100% sure on the canister model. I don't have one. I've only seen a couple in my days, so they're really, really rare as far as I can tell. But this one is very rare in it of itself. Now, the Royal Pony Tank, or the 401, was a design that would continue all the way up into the 90s using the same basic canister. So this machine is not a very rare machine in the slightest, but the power nozzles were. Now, the power nozzle went from this, the Airway Rugmaster based power nozzle, to the 597, which was the Manta Ray. Then later it went to actually a Filter Queen designed power nozzle that a lot of people refer to as the mini power nozzle because it was quite a bit smaller. The Airway built one had a huge swath. I mean, you would be able to kind of go up against a Kirby Classic with how wide this thing was. The Manta Ray got a little bit smaller, but that Filter Queen one of the 80s, that one really, really got small. So that one is not necessarily the most fond one that people have. It was just the most basic. It also came around towards the time period when Royal was introducing a attachment caddy that went along the sides, kind of like saddlebags, but all plastic and molded and everything. I actually have another Royal Pony in the maroon color that these came in that we'll take a look at in a different video. But this one is very rare. It is very hard to find. These power nozzles, while they were great, they weren't around very long under the branding, so they're very, very hard to find. Even harder to find are like the Electro Hygiene or the Stark labeled ones. But this one is still very, very rare. But when I say that I can't find it in an ad, I feel like this machine probably came out for maybe a year or two. It was only sold in vacuum dealers because when I looked, all I could find was this ad. Or something along those lines because it was promoting, of course, the new Royal made power nozzle when, they were selling these at a dealer type edition on your purchase. Kind of like what Rainbow was doing. It seems that my orange cat has come for a visit today. That's Kona. He really likes vacuums. He used to actually hang out with me in my vacuum room all the time, so he has come to join us tonight. But anywho, when the Rainbow D2 came out, that was the chrome dome and copper tone model. When it first came out, they actually offered the power nozzle with it, even though they wouldn't offer a Rainbow or Eureka made power nozzle for a little bit of time still. So the very first Rainbow power nozzle was actually made by Whirlpool, kind of similar to the CVR models. But that was again a dealer sold option, so you weren't getting that immediately as you bought the vacuum. You'd have to kind of get it as an add-on, which is what I'm guessing these were too, because like I said, I didn't find anything. I feel like I've seen an ad with one of these in it a long time ago, but unfortunately I was not able to locate some today. But Where did I find this? Bye. This was one of the machines that came out of my late friend Jay's collection. This was a very, very special machine to him. When he found it, he had absolutely hit the jackpot because finding a Royal 401 canister is not hard. Finding the power nozzle, like I said, is extremely difficult. Finding any Rugmaster power nozzle is hard to find. And when you find them, they usually go for quite a bit. It happened to be one of those right place, right time type of scenarios, and I believe this was actually something he acquired for himself for a birthday present. But this was a very, very special machine. And of course, when he got it, he was absolutely over the moon. Now, it is aging and it has obviously seen quite a few pieces of furniture, as you can tell by the front of this power nozzle. But that is not why I love it. I love it because of it being the Airway made one, and because, well, I mean, you just never see them. I've seen a few pictures of them, but overall, you don't see these. So I'm really, really happy to have this one in my collection now. I mean, I know that this was one that he was very particularly proud of, so I will in turn take very good care of it. So, but let's get on to our run demo for today, and well, we'll take a look at this cool old Royal. So we are all set to get on with our run demo. So let's see how this thing does on the floor. Well, as to be expected, the little 401 did phenomenal, and of course, does a great job on the floor. So, I hope you guys all enjoyed our little run demo for today. Well, everybody, the old Royal Pony Model 401 from 1974 with the optional Model 497 Rugmaster Airway made and designed power nozzle still is able to crank out perfect carpet lines. Definitely can pack a punch. I mean, there's a reason why these were used commercially for years, and a good reason why they're still around today. So I am super proud of this thing. It does fantastic. And well, I mean, minus the power nozzle, this has been my go-to canister for doing cleanups and doing the move outs for the different storage units. So I have absolutely loved this machine. I will continue to love it. And I'm so stoked to put it with my other 401 with the manta ray power nozzle, as well as that other pony tank in the maroon color eventually. That one, interestingly enough, has a Kenmore design power nozzle. So, but I can't wait to bring that one to you soon. But anyways, I hope you guys all enjoyed our little video. Of course, as usual, please check out the links down below. One being the link to me and my wife's books, specifically Victor the Vacuum, the one book that I had a big hand in the making of, as well as I did all the illustrations. But the other link is, of course, to my eBay page. So if you guys feel so inclined and you're hurting for a new vacuum for your collection coming up here soon, I know that we are pretty far away from it, but Christmas is coming up in about 4 months. Odd to say that, obviously, but we are 4 months away from Christmas right now, and I know a lot of you guys like to get yourself something cool, vacuum related, and I've got plenty of them coming, and of course, more to be sold soon. I'm going to start selling canisters soon. I got a lot of duplicates, but either way, we've got plenty of things coming up, but I hope you guys all enjoyed our little video today and, of course, our little run demo. But we will catch you again same time, same place, or a different place, actually. Different vacuum or vacuums. But we'll catch you again in the next one. Have a great rest of your day, y'all.